Hello my friends, it's the Gameboy Geek here. Today we're going to be building a tower, but it's not just any tower, it's a tower of a bunch of blocks, and they're all wonky. 3 of the sides of these blocks are straight, and the other 3 are just sort of wonky. They're kind of weird looking. These are wooden blocks of different colors. This is a simple party game for 2 to any more players, and you're going to be playing cards, trying to get rid of your cards and stacking them. It's a very simple, traditional style party game that you'll probably find in a mass market store from USAopoly. Let me show you how it's played. I'll see you on the other side. Now, as you might imagine, Wonky comes in this wonky sized box. Now, for those of you that don't like having weird sized boxes on your shelf, it also comes in this little bag that you can just put there. It doesn't take up a lot of space, and it actually makes the game very portable. I brought this to a business trip in my backpack in a small bag as well. Now, Wonky itself comes with 9 blocks, 3 of each color, green, purple, and blue, and each one comes with 3 sizes, large, medium, and small. And you'll notice that 3 sides of these blocks are flat, and the other 3 sides of the blocks are not. They're wonky. They're just sort of off a little bit. Now, each player gets 7 cards to start the game, and you're trying to win by being the first player to completely run out of cards. Now, how this works, now these are secret, so no one else would be seeing these, but for the video I'm showing you these, and they do different things. Like, for instance, this one says, stack the large green block. And of course, it shows the green block large, or on the corner, it also shows the largest one is green. And you can see that you could even hold them in your hand, and you can quite see this is a large green, this is any green. And of course it says any green. So you learn the icons like that. But let's say I do this. I would play this card and then stack the green block. So I would play this in the discard pile with a large green block, and I would take it and I would place it any way I want. Well, let's say the next player comes up, and now they could not play a large green block card because it's already played in their hand. If you can't play anything because you just don't have the cards to play, that usually happens when you have just a few cards left, you would draw a new card and play it if you could. If not, you would continue to draw and you'd keep these cards until you could play. This says a medium green. So now I have the medium green, and as you can see, maybe I want to put the wonky side like that. Now, when you place a block, you can never touch any of the other blocks below it, and so I'm setting somebody up for failure. Let's say someone plays this card. If it has a combo, it means if I successfully do this, which says stack any size, any color, so let's say I grab a small purple, if I correctly do it, then the next player has to draw a card. So here we have it. I've got this small purple. Ooh, and I've got it just like that. Now there's some cards that you can really mess your opponents over with the good timing. This says, I don't have to play, pass to the next player without stacking a block. So if it's really tough, you could say, nope, I'm not placing something, the next player has to. Now, you cannot win with one of these special cards, you have to win with a normal card, but this can really mess things up. You could also say, like this one, and say, well, reverse the direction of play without stacking a block. It goes back to whoever just placed it has to place another one, and that really stinks. Now, this will continue until somebody either stacks all 9 blocks, which I've never seen, but I've gotten 8 stacked. If anyone ever stacks all 9 blocks, they automatically win. Now, when you stack a block, if it falls, which will happen a lot during the game, you'll just pick up 3 cards and it will go to the next player. Because remember, you're trying to run out of cards. Also, if it falls, let's see here. This one probably is... So, if any block falls, then that's considered a mess up. Ooh, look at that. So let's zoom out here and try to continue to put blocks out on here. Let's say I've got a... Okay, so that would have fell, they would have fell over, and you would have swiped all these out, and you would have the next person, when they start a whole new thing. So this tower is going to get large and break down, and large and break down many times throughout the game. Now also, when you place a block, in order for it to be successful, it has to have stayed there for 3 seconds. If I place a block, take my hands away, and it falls within 2 seconds or 3 seconds, I'm out. Basically, that's a failure. So we put this here. 1, 2, 3. That is good. But I'm willing to bet that whatever somebody put next is probably going to break this thing. Oh, there it goes. That's how you play Wonky. The first one to run out of cards is the winner. Now, I went on a business trip last week, and we had some opportunities to play games in a casual setting with people that don't usually play games. And every night we brought out a bunch of different games, and I brought this one out quite a lot, and people really liked it. In a casual setting, with chit-chatter and beer and pretzels around, and playing cards and stacking these things and laughing at them when they fall, this game really shined. In fact, we played this in a lot of other party-type games, and the casual crowd continued to ask for this one back. So for the casual crowd, it's awesome. Even for the gamer crowd, for me, the thing that this will obviously mostly get compared to, because it's a mass market game, is it's similar to Jenga, right? Every time I brought up and we're stacking, people would walk in the room and was like, oh, is that similar to Jenga? I mean, that's what everybody said, because that's their frame of reference in a game like this. And I would say that this is, for me, a lot more fun than Jenga. I would say this completely replaces Jenga for a few reasons. Number one, it's faster to set up. Sure, in Jenga you get that big plastic sleeve, but you still have to lay all the blocks out and do that thing and then stand it up. This is so quick. You just open the thing, deal 7 cards, you're going within a minute. I mean, it's so fast. Then the other thing the only reason why I think this is a lot better than Jenga is there's more strategy to it. Sure, you can touch and poke and prod in Jenga and put things up and stuff like that. It's not that exciting. Here, you actually have a hand of cards, and you're strategizing as to which card to play. Granted, it's not deep strategy, but you feel like you have more control over what happens. You can save those stop cards and reverse cards for the most opportune moment to really screw somebody else. So you're like, there's no way this thing is standing up after this. Boom. So there's some more strategy and a lot of more take that, which I really like. A lot more interaction with the players. And finally, the last thing that really capitalizes on this over Jenga. Jenga's one big game. You're stacking, you wait for them to do it, you wait for someone to knock it over, everyone laughs, the game's over. Here, people are stacking blocks. Sure, they don't go up as high as Jenga, but you'll have 3 or 4 or 5 blocks going up, and then boom, it will crash, everyone will laugh. And then it builds up and it crashes, it builds up and crashes. This game has sort of this wave and arc where there's a few things of tension, a few things of laughing, and it inflates and deflates, it inflates and deflates, and you get that feeling that you get once per game in Jenga, but you get it 4 or 5 times in this game. So it plays faster, easier setup, more fun, gives you more strategy, yet it's still light. I like it. For a gamer, I'm not going to sit around and play this all night with my gamer buddies, but I might start the night out with it, and I'm definitely bringing it to game nights where I'm trying to introduce people to new games, because it is a light party game, but there's some strategy to it. Very fun game here. That's Wonky. So I'm going to try something new here. Anytime I have a game, and I'm going to keep it in my collection, which doesn't happen very often anymore. You may not know that I'm also a saxophone player, music producer, and do a lot of things around music. So I thought in a creative, personal way, I'd like to give a sort of an exclamation point when I am going to keep a game. And we're just going to call it the Gameboy Geeks Jam. And I'll do this on my saxophone anytime I keep a game. Here's one for this one.